out of Toms River, New Jersey, Frankie the Edgar Edgar!
Mustafa Gadolari here, filling in for Mike Strachan at MMA Noise. I am with the legendary Frankie Edgar here. You got the upcoming fight with Jose Aldo, UFC 200. You're known as a guy who's doesn't trash talk, kind of goes in and just lets his fighting speak for himself. Do you ever think when fighters go out of character, do you think that hurts them in their fights at all sometimes?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just uncharacteristic of Aldo. You know, we don't really see him do that. You know, but I think it's just the nature of the way the sport's going based on what Conor's done. And, you know, what it's promoting himself and him, you know, having a little bit of a mouthpiece has kind of done good things for him and put him in you know, in opportunistic situations for himself. So I can see how people are following suit, but you know, if someone says something to me, I'll say something back. For the most part, I let my actions do the talking.
UFC 200 coming up, huge pay-per-view event. Do you feel like, is there like some butterflies going into this, or are the stakes raised for you at this pay-per-view?
The stakes, I always put a lot of pressure on myself. For me, I always feel like the next fight is always the most important. You know, you're only as good as your last fight, and in this, I know what's on the line. I see the opportunity that's ahead of me, and I know I'm going to show up, and I know I'm going to make the best of it because I prepare the right way. I have the right team around me, and like you said, I'm going to be calm, cool, and reserved, and have nothing but controlled aggression when I'm in there.
Injuries seem to be the nature of the game in MMA, especially more than other combat sports. Like, for yourself, what percentage of your fights would you say that you went in and you were completely healthy? If you want,
honestly, I don't think any of them where I was 100%. Yeah. You know, some I've been better than others, but I mean, it's a rough sport, you know, and training camp is probably harder than the fight. You know, the training camp should be harder than the fight. Then you know you prepare correctly. Yeah, you know, you're never 100%, but no one is. You know, for the most part, no one is. So it's tough. You see guys pulling out left and right, and you know, it's unfortunate because it's not. These guys aren't doing it on purpose. It's some guys just, you know, they get an injury they can't get through.
How are you able to like uphold like that enthusiasm every single day when you go in and train? And it's like, well, sometimes if they don't have the title, they're pursuing it and they don't feel like they get bitter after a while. How do you not stay bitter, and how do you constantly stay happy and enthusiastic?
It's easy to come home to my family and be happy. You know, I got three great kids, a beautiful wife. You know, so that keeps me grounded, and for the most part, I just want to be the best fighter in the world. You know, right. I still haven't lost sight of my goal of being a world champion. Day in and day out, you got to put in the hard work, and I'm willing to do that because I want to realize my dream of being a world champion again and being a 2 weight class champion.
Frankie, thank you so much, man.
Pleasure,
I appreciate it, man.
Pleasure.